I was a GP at the very beginning of my medical career, but most of my medical career has been either in academic medicine, so teaching medical students, or as an editor of a medical journal, and then in the disability space.
Having experienced this work, maybe you can speak a little bit to how you found it different, or maybe what it had that separated it from what perhaps you already understood about the human journey and the human psyche.
I feel as though doctors are not taught about the human journey, apart from in a physiological sense. It's a very mechanistic approach to teaching, still, unfortunately, though there have been many courses which have attempted to turn that on its head and change it a bit. But the sheer volume of information that has to be imparted to medical students, unfortunately, does not always allow them to even consider the human journey in an emotional, spiritual, psychological sense.
So if this were to fit somewhere in all of that, in the academics and the spirituality, because I like to think I sit somewhere in the middle, which is that it's really well informed, but it's very sensitive to the fullness of who we are. Is that how you experience the journey?
Yes, I did. And I circled it a little bit when you suggested it to me, and I thought about it. And I would say to anybody who's considering it and maybe feeling a little anxious or worried about stepping into it, just do it. I have no regrets whatsoever of taking that journey with you. In terms of actually applying it to daily life and applying these very important principles to things that we experience every day, that's where I found the course incredibly useful.
Do you think that you could have got there in another way, or did this course offer you something that you couldn't have maybe achieved as quickly or as smoothly in another way?
Yeah, I think the latter. I think definitely there probably are other ways, and that people approach these concepts. I do believe that it brought me there quickly and smoothly. They're perfect words. But I think the course, in a very loving, supportive way, helps you see, because you and I have just discussed that until you see something, you can't deal with something you can't acknowledge. Seeing is a really important thing to me, being seen and seeing the other. In the essence of that is seeing oneself. And I think the course really made me see. That is incredibly valuable to anyone considering it.